Imagine waking up to a world where jobs vanish overnight, businesses crumble, and the economy grinds to a halt. This is the harsh reality of a recession. A recession is a significant decline in economic activity that lasts for months or even years, affecting everyone from individuals to large corporations. Experts declare a recession when a nation's economy experiences negative GDP, rising unemployment, falling retail sales, and contracting income and manufacturing. Recessions are an unavoidable part of the business cycle, the regular cadence of expansion and contraction in a nation's economy. During a recession, the economy struggles, people lose work, companies make fewer sales, and the country's overall economic output declines. In 1974, economist Julius Shiskin defined a recession as 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP, a standard that has been widely accepted over the years. The National Bureau of Economic Research, NBER, has a more flexible definition, focusing on a significant decline in economic activity lasting more than a few months. For example, the coronavirus pandemic created a W-shaped recession, where the economy falls, starts to grow, then drops again. There are multiple triggers for a recession, from sudden economic shocks to uncontrolled inflation. A sudden economic shock, like the 1970s oil crisis or the coronavirus outbreak, can create serious financial damage and lead to a recession. Excessive debt can also trigger a recession when individuals or businesses can't pay their bills, leading to defaults and bankruptcies. Asset bubbles, driven by emotional investing, can burst and cause panic selling, crashing the market and leading to a recession. Too much inflation, where prices rise uncontrollably, can depress economic activity and lead to a recession. Conversely, deflation, where prices decline over time, can cause wages to contract and further depress the economy. Technological changes, while beneficial in the long term, can cause short-term economic disruptions and lead to recessions. The business cycle alternates between periods of expansion and recession, with economic growth eventually giving way to contraction. As economic expansion ages, asset values rise rapidly, and debt loads become larger, setting the stage for a recession. Recessions and depressions have similar causes, but depressions are much worse, with greater job losses and steeper declines in GDP. The Great Depression, starting in 1929, saw unemployment rise to 25% and GDP fall by 30%, lasting nearly a decade. The Great Recession, from December 2007 to June 2009, was the worst recession since the Great Depression, with unemployment peaking around 10%. The COVID-19 recession, beginning in February 2020, was the shortest U.S. recession in history, lasting only 2 months. Predicting future recessions is challenging, but there are warning signs like an inverted yield curve and declines in consumer confidence. A drop in the leading economic index, LEI, and sudden stock market declines can also indicate a looming recession. Rising unemployment is a clear sign of economic trouble, even if a recession hasn't been officially declared. During a recession, you may lose your job, making it harder to find new employment and negotiate pay raises. Investments in stocks, bonds, and real estate can lose value, reducing your savings and upsetting retirement plans. Business owners may face fewer sales and even bankruptcy, despite government efforts to support them. Lenders tighten standards for mortgages and loans, making it harder to qualify for financing during a recession. Even with preparation, a recession can be a frightening experience, but it's important to remember that recessions do not last forever. The Great Depression eventually ended, followed by one of the strongest periods of economic growth in U.S. history. Understanding the causes and effects of recessions can help you better prepare for economic downturns. Stay informed, stay prepared, and remember, every economic storm eventually passes. Knowledge is power, and preparation is key.